Title, Foundation. Foundation and Empire, Second Foundation. Author, Isaac Asimov. Part number 1. Part title, Psychohistory and Encyclopedia. Encyclopedia Galactica, 116th edition. Entry, Harry Seldon. Born the 11,988th year of the galactic era. Died 12,069. Birthplace, Helicon, Arcturus sector. He showed amazing ability in mathematics at a very early age. Anecdotes concerning his ability are innumerable and some contradictory. Undoubtedly his greatest contributions were in the field of psychohistory. Seldon found the field little more than a set of vague axioms. He left it a profound statistical science. The best existing authority we have for the details of his life is the biography written by Carl Dornick, who, as a young man, met Seldon 2 years before the great mathematician's death.
The viewing room will be closed for the remainder of the trip. Prepare for landing, please.
Would it be possible for me to stay? I would like to see Trantor.
We'll be landing on Trantor by morning.
I mean, I want to see it from space.
I'm afraid not. If this were a space yacht, we might manage it, but we're spinning down Sunside. You wouldn't want to be burned, blinded, and radiation-scarred all at the same time, would you?
I see.
Trantor would only be a grey blur anyway. Look, why don't you take a space tour once you get there? They're quite cheap.
I will. Thank you.
Right. You next?
Yes.
Right. Baggage. Visa.
There.
Right. Now move on, Dornick. Taxis to the right and third left.
Thank you.
Next.
Was that him?
Yes.
Good. Taxis to the right and third left.
Where to? Come on, where to?
A good hotel, please.
They're all good. Name one.
Well, the nearest one, please.
1.12.
Where do I go?
Follow the light track. Your ticket will keep glowing as long as you're going in the right direction.
Encyclopedia Galactica, 116th edition. Entry, Trantor. Center of the Imperial Government for unbroken hundreds of generations. Located in the central regions of the galaxy, among the most densely populated and industrially advanced worlds of the system. Land surface, 19,230,000,000 hectares. Totally urbanized. Population, 40 billions. Devoted almost entirely to the administrative necessities of the Empire. Its dependence upon the outer worlds for food and, indeed, all the necessities of life made it increasingly vulnerable to conquest by siege. In the last millennium of the Empire, imperial policy became little more than the protection of Trantor's delicate jugular vein.
It's obviously your first visit to Trantor. What do you think of it?
what to say. I've seen nothing like it before. I'll need time to soak it all in before I can give an opinion. This must seem a bit stupid to you. Trantorians must take it all for granted.
Trantorians never come up here. It gives them nerves.
Nerves? Why on earth should it do that?
If you're born in a cubicle, grow up in a corridor, work in a cell and holiday in a sunroom, then coming up into the open with nothing but sky over you might conceivably give you a nervous breakdown. How high do you think we are?
I don't know. 1,000 meters?
No, just 150.
What? But the lift took ages.
I know, but it spent most of the time just getting up to ground level. Trantor is tunneled over 1,500 meters down. It's like an iceberg. 9/10 of it is out of sight. You here on holiday?
Not exactly. I've always wanted to visit Trantor, but I've come primarily for a job.
Oh?
With Dr. Selden's project at the University of Trantor.
Raven Selden?
No, Hari Selden, the psychohistorian. I don't know of any Raven Selden.
Harry's the one I mean. We call him Raven because he keeps predicting disaster.
What kind of disaster?
What kind would you think?
I'm afraid I wouldn't have the slightest idea. I've read the papers Dr. Selden has published, but they're on mathematical theory.
Yes. The ones they publish.
Look, I think I'd better go now. Very pleased to have met you.
Good afternoon.
Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
I am Hari Selden.
Good afternoon, sir.
You didn't think we were to meet before tomorrow?
No, sir.
Well, it's just that if we're to use your services, we must work quickly.
I don't understand.
Now, just relax and sit down.
Thank you.
You were talking to a man on the observation tower, were you not?
Yes. I met him in the lift.
His name is Gerrill. He's an agent from the Commission of Public Safety. He followed you from the spaceport.
But why?
Did he say nothing about me?
He referred to you as Raven Selden.
Did he say why?
He said that you predict disaster.
I do. What does Trantor mean to you?
Glorious.
You say that without thinking. What of psychohistory?
Psychohistory. That branch of mathematics that deals with the reactions of human conglomerates to fixed social and economic stimuli. Assumptions. 1. The human conglomerate be sufficiently large for valid statistical treatment. 2. The human conglomerate is itself unaware of psychohistorical analysis in order that its reactions be truly random.
I haven't thought of applying it to the problem.
Before you've done with me, you'll have learnt to apply psychohistory to all problems as a matter of course. Now then, you see the function set up on the calculator?
Yes.
Well, that represents the condition of the Empire at the moment.
Surely it's not a complete representation.
No, it's not complete. I'm glad to see you don't accept my word blindly. However, this is an approximation which will serve to demonstrate the proposition. Will you accept that?
Subject to my later verification of the derivation of the function, yes.
Good. Add to this the known probability of imperial assassination, vice-regal revolt, the contemporary recurrence of periods of economic depression, the declining rate of planetary explorations. You see, incidentally, the new symbols on the calculator?
Yes.
This is Trantor 5 centuries from now. How do you interpret this function?
Total destruction. But that's impossible.
Right. You saw how the result was arrived at. Now, forget the symbolism for the moment and put it into words.
As Trantor becomes more specialized, it becomes more vulnerable, less able to defend itself. Further, as it becomes more and more the center of empire, it becomes a greater prize.
Yes.
As the imperial succession becomes more and more uncertain and the feuds among the great families more rampant, social responsibility disappears.
Right. Now, what of the probability of destruction within 5 centuries? Oh, come on. Surely you can perform a field differentiation without the calculator.
About 85%?
Not bad, but not good enough. The actual figure is 92.5%.
Raven Selden. I haven't seen any of this in your journals.
Of course not. This is unprintable. You suppose the Imperium could expose its shakiness in this manner? Some of our results have leaked out among the aristocracy.
That's bad.
Not necessarily. All is taken into account.
Then is that why I'm being investigated?
Yes, everything about my project is being investigated.
Are you in danger?
Oh, yes. There is a probability of 1.7% that I will be executed, but that, of course, would not stop the project. We've taken that into account as well. Never mind. You will meet me, I suppose, at the university tomorrow.
I will, sir. Well, goodbye. Yes?
Gal Dornick,
Yes?
I have to inform you that you are under detention at the order of the Commission for Public Safety. You will remain in your room until we are ready for your interrogation.
Sit down, Dr. Dornick.
Thank you.
You smoke if you wish. Now then, where do you come from, Dr. Dornick?
I'm from Synax.
I see. Now, I see from these papers that you are to join Dr. Selden's staff.
That's correct. I should be there now.
Yes, I know. But why were you invited to join the staff?
I'm not too sure, really. I got the invitation after receiving my doctorate in mathematics.
What are to be your duties?
I haven't the faintest idea. I expect I shall be informed when I get to the university.
Well, then, let me put it another way. What secret instructions have you received?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've had no instructions at all, either secret or not.
When will Trantor be destroyed?
I beg your pardon?
I said, when will Trantor be destroyed?
I couldn't say of my own knowledge.
Could you say of anyone's?
How could I speak for another?
Has anyone told you of such destruction set a date? You have been followed, Doctor. We were at the airport when you arrived, on the observation tower when you waited for your appointment, and of course, we were able to overhear your conversation with Dr. Selden.
Then you know his views on the matter.
Perhaps. But we would like to hear them from you.
He is of the opinion that Trantor will be destroyed within 5 centuries.
He proved it, mathematically?
Yes, he did.
And you maintain the mathematics to be valid?
If Dr. Selden vouches for it, then it is valid.
Then we will return.
Wait. I have a right to a lawyer. I demand my rights as an imperial citizen.
And you shall have them.
Dr. Dornick?
Yes?
I am Law's advocate. Dr. Selden has directed me to represent you.
Is that so? Well then, look here. I demand an instant appeal to the Emperor. I'm being held without cause. I'm innocent of anything. You've got to arrange a hearing with the Emperor instantly.
The Commission will, of course, have a spy beam on our conversation. It's against the law, but they will have one nevertheless. However, this recorder has the additional property of completely blanketing any spy beam. They won't discover it at once.
Then I can speak?
Of course.
I want a hearing with the Emperor.
There are no hearings before the Emperor. Trantor is, I'm afraid, in the hands of the aristocratic families, members of which compose the Commission for Public Safety. A development which was well predicted by psychohistory.
Indeed. In that case, if Dr. Selden can predict the history of Trantor 500 years into the future...
He can predict it 1,500 years into the future.
I don't care if it's 15,000. Why couldn't he yesterday have predicted the events of this morning and warned me?
Dr. Selden was of the opinion that you would be arrested this morning.
What? Look, will you send Dr. Selden to me?
Unfortunately, I can't. Dr. Selden is himself under arrest. You will be tried together.
Let us see, Dr. Selden. How many men are now engaged upon the project of which you are head?
50 mathematicians.
Including Dr. Gal Dornick?
Dr. Dornick is the 51st.
Oh. We have 51, then. Search your memory, Dr. Selden. Perhaps there are 52 or 53 or perhaps even more.
Dr. Dornick has not yet formally joined my organization. When he does, the membership will be 51. It is now 50, as I have said.
Not perhaps nearly 100,000.
Mathematicians? No.
I did not say mathematicians. Are there 100,000 in all capacities?
In all capacities, your figure may be correct.
Maybe. I say it is. I say that the men in your project number 98,572.
I believe you're counting women and children.
98,572 individuals is the intent of my statement. There is no need to quibble.
I accept the figure.
Can the future be changed, Dr. Selden?
Obviously.
Can the overall history of the human race be changed?
Yes.
Easily?
With great difficulty.
Why?
The psychohistoric trend of a planet full of people contains a huge inertia. To be changed, it must be met with something possessing a similar inertia.
So, Trantor need not be ruined if a great many people decide to act so that it will not.
That is right.
As many as 100,000 people?
That is far too few.
You're sure? But perhaps 100,000 people can change the trend if they and their descendants labor for 500 years.
500 years is too short.
In other words, Dr. Selden, they cannot prevent the destruction of Trantor no matter what they do.
You are, unfortunately, correct.
And on the other hand, your 100,000 are intended for no illegal purpose.
Exactly.
In that case, Dr. Selden, what is the purpose of your 100,000?
To minimize the effects of that destruction.
And what exactly do you mean by that?
The explanation is simple. The coming destruction of Trantor is not an event in itself, isolated in the scheme of human development. It will be the climax to an intricate drama which was begun centuries ago and which is accelerating in pace continuously. I refer, gentlemen, to the developing decline and fall of the Galactic Empire.
Dr. Selden, you are speaking of an empire that has stood for 12,000 years. Is it not obvious to everyone that the empire is as strong as it ever was?
Mr. Advocate, the rotten tree trunk, until the very moment when the storm blast breaks it in two, has all the appearance of strength that it ever had.
We are not here, Dr. Selden, to discuss...
The empire will vanish, and all its good with it. Its accumulated knowledge will decay, and the order it has imposed will vanish. Interstellar wars will be endless. Interstellar trade will decay. Population will decline. Worlds will lose touch with the main body of the galaxy. And so matters will remain.
Forever?
Psychohistory, which can predict the fall, can make certain statements concerning the succeeding Dark Ages. The Empire, gentlemen, has stood 12,000 years. The Dark Ages to come will endure not 12, but 30,000 years. A second empire will rise, but between it and our civilization will be 1,000 years of suffering humanity. We must fight that.
How do you propose to do this?
By saving the knowledge of the race. If we now prepare an encyclopedia of all knowledge, it will never be lost. Coming generations will build on it and will not have to rediscover it for themselves. 1 millennium will do the work of 30,000.
Oh, this is
all my project, my 30,000 men with their wives and children are devoting themselves to the preparation of an Encyclopedia Galactica. They will not complete it in their own lifetime. I will not even live to see it fairly begun. But by the time Trantor falls, it will be complete, and copies will exist in every major library in the galaxy.
That is all, Dr. Selden. You may stand down.
Ah, Dr. Selden, this is a pleasure. Please sit down.
Thank you, Commissioner Chen.
Now then, what can I do for you?
You asked me to come and see you.
Ah, yes, so I did.
My lawyer is not present.
This is no longer a trial, Dr. Selden. We are only here to discuss the safety of the state. You disturb the peace of the Emperor's realm. Can you tell me why I may not rid myself both of you and an uncomfortable and unnecessary 5-century future, which I shall never see, by having you executed tonight?
A week ago, you might have done so, and perhaps retained a 1 in 10 probability of yourself remaining alive at year's end. Today, the 1 in 10 probability is scarcely 1 in 10,000.
How so?
The fall of Trantor cannot be stopped, but it can easily be hastened. The news of my interrupted trial would spread throughout the galaxy. Frustration of my plans to lighten the disaster would convince people that the future holds no promise for them. The feeling would grow that only what a man can grasp for himself at the moment would be of any account. Ambitious men, unscrupulous men will not wait. By their every action, they would hasten the decay of the worlds. Have me killed now, and Trantor will fall not within 5 centuries, but within 50 years, and you yourself within a single year.
Those are words to frighten children. However, your death is not necessarily the only answer that would satisfy us. Tell me, would your only activity be that of preparing the encyclopedia of which you spoke?
Yes.
And need that be done on Trantor?
Trantor, my lord, possesses the Imperial Library as well as the scholarly resources of the University of Trantor.
And yet if you were located elsewhere, let us say upon a planet where your men could devote themselves entirely and single-mindedly to their work, might not that have advantages?
Minor ones, perhaps?
Such a world has been chosen, where you may work, Doctor, at your leisure with your 100,000 about you. The galaxy will know that you are working and fighting the fall. They will even be told that you will prevent the fall.
I see.
The alternative is death for yourself and as many of your followers as will seem necessary. The opportunity for choosing between death and exile is given you over a time period stretching from this moment to 5 minutes hence.
Which is the world chosen, my lord?
It is called, I believe, Terminus. It is uninhabited, but quite habitable, and can be molded to suit the necessities of scholars. It is somewhat secluded.
At the edge of the galaxy.
As I said, somewhat secluded. It will suit your concentration.
We will need time to arrange such a trip. There are 20,000 families involved.
You will be given time.
I accept exile.
Dr. Selden?
Yes?
I have been instructed to inform you that from now on you and all your people are under martial law, and that 6 months will be allowed you for preparations to leave Trantor.
Thank you, Captain.
6 months?
Now we can talk at our ease.
But, Doctor, what can be done in 6 months?
6 months will be quite enough.
I don't see how.
In our plans, such as mine, other people's actions and wishes must be bent to our needs. The trial was not allowed to begin until the circumstances were right.
But could you have arranged...
To be exiled to Terminus? We've been preparing to leave for 2 years. Of course, we couldn't be certain that it would be Terminus that Chen would choose, but we hoped it might be, and we acted on that hope.
But why, Dr. Selden? May I not know?
Not yet. It is enough for the moment that you know that a scientific refuge will be established on Terminus, and another will be established at the other end of the galaxy. at Star's End. And as for the rest, you will see more than I. My doctors tell me that I cannot live more than a year or two. That I have accomplished in life what I intended. And under what circumstances may one better die?
And after you die?
There will be successors. Perhaps even yourself.
I don't understand.
You will. Most will leave for Terminus. But some will stay. It will be fairly simple to arrange. But as for me, I am finished.
Encyclopedia Galactica, 116th edition, entry, Terminus. The location of Terminus was an odd one for the role that it was called upon to play in galactic history, and yet in many ways an inevitable one. On the very fringe of the galactic spiral, an only planet of an isolated sun, poor in resources and negligible in economic value, it was never settled in the 5 centuries after its discovery until the landing of the encyclopedists. But within 50 years, as a new generation grew, it was inevitable that Terminus would become more than a mere appendage of the psychohistorians of Trantor. With the Anacreonian revolt came the rise to power of the first of the great line of mayors, Salvor Hardin.
Hardin, what is the matter with you? For the last 6 months you've been getting edgier and edgier.
Just a growing feeling that everything isn't going the way that it should be. Look, Lee, it's 50 years now since Selden and Dornick dispatched our fathers to Terminus, and in all that time we've never had any real idea of our reason for being here.
To compile the encyclopedia against the destruction of the Empire.
That's what we're told. But I'm none too certain. Selden must have intended us to do more than that. The population's growing, and all of it can't be used by the Foundation. Furthermore, the Empire doesn't seem to care about us. And now that the province of Anacreon has revolted against it, and furthermore defeated Smyrna in open battle, we are in a bad position.
You worry unnecessarily. The Board of Trustees knows what it's doing.
You think so?
Of course.
I wish I shared your confidence.
Well, if you're worried about the situation, why don't you go and see the chairman of the board? Well, after all, as mayor, you have some authority.
That's just the point. As mayor, I have no real authority at all.
Oh, really?
Oh, I admit that I deal with problems of taxation, agricultural policy, and so forth. But the major decisions, the ones that affect the state, are taken by the Board of Trustees. My word carries no weight whatsoever with them.
Nevertheless, I think they'd listen to you.
Would they?
Well, Louis Pirenne is a reasonable man.
Louis Pirenne is a fool. He can't see anything unless it's under his nose. Totally absorbed with the problems of producing their blasted books. He's not interested in anything except the encyclopedia. Anyway, I'll do as you advise. I'll go and see him tomorrow.
Good. I feel sure he'll listen to you.
He'd better do a damn sight more than that. If not, we shall have to try other tactics. The situation cannot be allowed to continue as it is.